Hi guys, it's Talisa. So today's video I'm going to be talking about how I lost my passion for nursing school. I'm going to give you guys some tips about how to stay motivated and keep going throughout nursing school when you may be feeling a little bit discouraged or maybe you're not doing so well and you just need something to kind of inspire you and keep you going. I just want to give a little disclaimer. There was a point in time during nursing school where I really felt that I didn't have that fire like burning within inside of me that I once had, that true desire for nursing and why my passion was in the nursing field, and this was something that I wanted to pursue. So I'm just going to talk about a few issues or problems or challenges that I faced that kind of brought me to that point where I didn't really feel that passion anymore. And then I want to go ahead and give you guys a few tips and just some things that you can do to make sure that you just continue staying motivated and you're able to continue pursuing your journey in nursing. So the first thing that I want to talk about that I faced while I was in nursing school was the fact that I got so used to this routine of just going along semester after semester, kind of doing the same things and being stuck in a routine where I felt like I kind of lost my reasoning or my understanding for why I'm doing what I'm doing, or it was almost as if I didn't really know why I was still in nursing school, if that made sense. And I hope I don't lose you guys and that you can understand where I'm coming from, but it was more so a point where you get so used to going to class, going to clinicals, studying for exams day in, day out, and it just becomes so routine and robotic like that, I don't know, you just kind of feel like, why am I really doing this? You just kind of second guess or maybe take a step back and think, I need to kind of regroup and rethink why it is that I chose nursing and why I'm here. Because at times, and this kind of goes into the second challenge I want to talk about, but at times maybe I wasn't doing so well in a course and I got discouraged and I felt, maybe I could end up failing this course, or what would happen if I failed. And that kind of got into my head a little bit, but I just had to really think about the reasoning behind why I was there and what drove me to pursue nursing and what drives me now, or did drive me, to continue to do well. You know what I mean? Because it's not all about just the grades. It's really about trying to become the nurse that you want to be. And in that, during nursing school, it's your time to really focus on doing well in your courses and understanding and learning the material and the content well. So that way, when you're on your own as a nurse, especially as a new grad, but when you're on your own as a nurse, you can advocate for your patients the way that you want to. You can be there for them. You'll be able to educate them the way that you should. So that way they know what it is that's going on. They know how they're going to be treated, what's going to be happening, and what's going to be going on throughout their stay and their continuity of care. Because that's what's important. It's your patients. It's not all about you. It's about helping other people and being there for them in critical times. Because when you're in the hospital, it's not always, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go have a baby, or something great. That's not what it is. 9 times out of 10, when someone is hospitalized or they're in the hospital, they may feel like it's the worst day of their life. You know what I mean? It throws them off of their schedules. It throws them off of their routine. They may not be with family or friends, and it's really your job as a nurse not only to advocate for them as a patient, but really be by their side and know that, hey, we're rooting for you. We're rooting for our patients. You know what I mean? So the second thing that I wanted to talk about that was another challenge I faced that kind of made me feel like I lost my passion for nursing school was, and I mentioned it before, but there was times when I wasn't doing so well in a course or two, and it really kind of made me a little bit discouraged. And I had to take a step back and just remember, this is all temporary. And it's hard, especially when you're not doing that well, because I came to a point in one class where I was cutting it really close, you know what I mean? And if you've been there, then you know what I'm talking about. But that can kind of make you feel a little bit lost in why you're still doing this, or you may feel like, oh, what if I don't pass? What if I don't do well in this next exam? There was a point in time where I was in, I'm pretty sure it was health assessment. But I was in that course and I was pretty close to not making it, and by the grace of God, honestly, I passed because I did really well on my final exam. And I just want to say, when you aren't doing so well in a course, personally for me, I felt that was kind of my drive and my motivation to do better. because I felt like that was my last chance. Like I was getting almost a second chance to do better and to prove to myself that not only can I do this, but I can do this and do it well. You know what I mean? I would say use that to kind of keep you going. Don't get too discouraged. I know it's going to be hard and it can be hard, but it's definitely doable because I'm here, and if I could do it, I'm sure you could do it too. So the third thing and the last thing that I want to talk about as a challenge that I faced that kind of drew me to feel like I lost my passion for nursing was when stress and being overwhelmed really got to me. So, you know, when you're studying for exam after exam and you're going to clinicals day in, day out, and classes, you become very stressed, and you may take that out on family members or friends, loved ones, maybe even your classmates or professors. But it takes a toll on you, and I feel like a lot of people who don't go through this whole nursing journey, they don't understand it, or they may have misconceptions about what's going on behind the scenes and what you're really dealing with. So for me, I can say that, shamefully, I wasn't the best communicator about those things. You know, I had to learn to kind of open up about what I was going through with the people that were around me, because you know, I was never alone. You know, I had people in my cohort that were going through the same things, the same struggles, and we were always there for each other, and that's something that I really admired, that we always looked out for each other, you know, one way or another. That's my last thing, and now I just want to go ahead and touch on some ways that you can help stay motivated and inspired throughout your nursing journey, and if you're in nursing school. The first tip that I have for you is to find an outlet. So for me, I would work out about 3 to 5 times a week. In the very beginning of nursing school, I'd work out 5 times a week. Usually I'd wake up at like 6 a.m. in the morning, go to the gym, work out for an hour, come home, shower, eat, and go to class. And in the days that I didn't have class, I'd wake up a little bit later in the morning and go to the gym. But if I didn't make it in the mornings, then I would go in the afternoons after class or in the evening. But for me, working out was my outlet. That was a way for me not only to become stronger physically and mentally, but just to release tension and stress that was built up from nursing school, because nursing school is stressful. I also joined different organizations on campus. I became very heavily involved in organizations, in school, on campus. I also became a resident assistant, and although it was taking on another load, because that in itself was a stressful role to deal with, I still found it as an outlet because it wasn't nursing related. And so I also had co-workers and a staff that I worked really well with, and we were really like a family. So it was really great having that. In the organizations that I was a part of, I held leadership roles in. So yes, like I said, that was stressful as well, but I managed, and there were so many times that I can think of that it really just helped me to relax and, you know, decompress everything nursing that was going on in my brain. Another thing that I did that really helped me to stay motivated and inspired throughout nursing school was I followed nursing accounts on social media, mainly Instagram, because I did not use my Twitter. I wasn't active on it, and Facebook was just more of a very personal thing for me. But I just want to say that I found it really helpful, because at times when you may be studying for an exam, I would just go on Instagram. Well, okay, I shouldn't have been on Instagram when I was studying, but it happened, so whatever. But I would be on Instagram, and I would have my favorite YouTubers or just Instagrammers that were nurses, like Alexis Nicole, that I would follow, and just seeing like where she was at in her journey and how far she's gotten, and you know, she's very inspirational. Little things like that. I mean, maybe you don't think of it in a way that it's helping you to get by, but it really does, because it's like you see where you could be in the future. And for me, that's a big thing, because I'm someone who, yes, I have these ideas in my head and I know what I want to do, but having other people that have done what you want to do or are in the process of doing so, it makes you feel like, okay, if they can do it, I can do it too. So I feel like it really helped a lot. And then another thing that I wanted to say is just to be positive and have positive people around you and surrounding you, because that's really what's going to help you just stay motivated when you're discouraged or you're not feeling your best in the program, is when other people can uplift you and give you words of encouragement when maybe you're just not feeling so great that day or that week or that month, or maybe you just need help in a class or something, it's always a good idea to reach out, especially if other people maybe aren't reaching out to you. And I know that can be very scary or have you feel a little bit embarrassed to do it, but I guarantee you that if you try, there's at least one person that is willing to just be there for you and help you out wherever you may need it. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and comment down below what field of nursing is your favorite and where you might see yourself ending up as a nurse. So I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!